Yeah, I don't
Welcome,
think it.
guys, to
I,
another stream of Dusty and Groovy. We will groove you with some Dusties tonight.
yeah, right
Okay,
now, right now we're broadcasting to like a big zero, like a big goose egg, but
that's
whatever.
okay.
It sounds like a
If
hangout or
there's
whatever.
somebody out there watching,
Uh huh.
anybody, if you're
Is
watching from
there
your couch,
anybody out
if you're
there?
watching in your bed, if you're watching on the toilet, let us know. Let us know where you're watching from. I know some
that's
of
where
you are on the toilet watching
that's
us.
where I watch a lot of my stuff.
You're sitting there and you're like constipated and you're watching reel after reel on TikTok. It
Well, no,
happens.
I wouldn't say it's like. Have you ever done this? I wouldn't say it's like constipated, but like, have you ever done this thing where it's like, oh, hey, what's up, Mike? Mike's the first one to make a comment.
Hey,
He
Mike.
wins. No, have you ever had it happen where you turn around, you're sitting on the toilet, and you're done pooping. You've been done doing your business,
Yeah.
but you're still sitting there reading, and then finally you like realize you're like, oh, I've been done for like 10, 15 minutes. I should get my butt up off the
I
toilet.
watched a movie on I watched a movie on the I
Uh huh.
watched like a 30-minute movie on the toilet one time because I was like, I
Uh
need to
huh.
finish this movie. And I'm sitting
Yeah.
here on the toilet and I'm like, I need to watch it. I need to watch this movie. So I'm on the
Mm-hmm.
toilet watching a 30 minutes of a movie.
Yeah.
I mean, I used to be in the bathroom for a while because I used to always touch up my hair, but now I'm kind of like
Yeah.
at the fuck it moment of my life. Like my hair is my hair. It is what it is. I'm not gonna
I am in a big fuck it moment right now. I mean, today was
spill the
my
tea.
f- today was my first day going. I didn't tell you, but today's my first day going to my therapist,
Yeah.
new therapist.
Oh,
And hey, what's up, DJ Trish? And how you doing, Nick? Said hello, Lisa. My therapist is a little Asian lady, so I was kind of like,
I've
okay,
had
great.
many therapists over the
Uh
year. I've had an American therapist.
huh.
I've had two Lisas, believe
Yeah.
it or not. Back in the day, I've gone to therapy, guys. I was in group therapy. I was
Yeah.
in group therapy for like 3 weeks, and they gave me a little like, congratulations, you have graduated from group therapy. If some of you are curious, I know some of you nosy Nellies out there are curious why I ended
hmm
up in group therapy. It's
hmm
because when I was in my 20s, I did some stupid shit.
Well, that was one of the things. They asked me on the intake, okay, and I think the main reason why I think I ended up in therapy, period, is because I went to the doctor when I was having all the problems, and I
Yeah.
had the problems with varicose vein and high blood pressure, and my doctor is really adamant that he wants me to lose weight. So
Yeah.
I think what he's doing is they're getting me ready to go on a GLP-1.
Mm-hmm.
So I think what they want to do is before they put me on a GLP-1 or they go to the next thing, whatever it may be, or if they want to go ahead and do surgery, whatever it may be, they want to make sure they want to see what type of frame of mind I'm in, you know,
Ah.
because otherwise, I think they see it as it's a waste of their time. It'd be a waste of their time if they go ahead and they say, okay, well, we're going to go ahead and do all this, but we didn't address the problem for your overeating. Okay, so he went ahead and referred me to a therapist, and today was my first day with her, and she was really nice. But the thing is, I haven't been to a therapist since 1989, 1990. You know,
Really? That's
yes,
quite a while. That's
yes,
quite a while back because the last time
mm-hmm.
I had a therapist or talked to a therapist was 2022
Uh huh,
because I like talking to people about things. And I think this will help you in the long run
uh huh.
because believe me, I know how it feels.
Hey, Nikki.
I have body issues too. Although I
Well,
don't really talk about it, I do
well,
too.
well, the thing that ended up happening with me is okay. I went to the therapist. I was talking to her. She was asking a lot of questions, and of course, I was, I'm a very, as you know, even I'm a very private person.
Yes,
I
you
don't
are.
really, I don't really let people know my problems. I don't really let people know shit. I let people know a little bit on here. This is kind of like a therapy, I guess you could say, type thing.
Yeah,
But
and we're more empathetic than the Asian
yeah.
therapist.
So she was just asking me to, have you ever self harmed? I said no, I've never done anything. I just suicide ideation, ideate. I forgot what the word she says. But anyways, I was like, no, I've never had anything like that. But the thing is, what they do is they have this sneaky way of creeping around you, and they crack your head open and they look inside. And that's what she did. So today it's like a lot of stuff came out that I had not dealt with. I was like going, wow. I'm realizing now that I'm older, there's a lot of stuff that's happened to me throughout my life that I never addressed.
No, because those are the first things they ask you. Because
Mm-hmm.
when I used to go to therapy, they asked me, "Are you still thinking about suicidal
Mm-hmm.
thoughts?" And I said no. And they're like, "Have you self harmed in a long time?" And I said
Mm-hmm.
no. I'll admit it. I'll be really honest and on the stream. Yeah, I was in my 20s. I did some stupid stuff. That's why I ended up in group therapy.
Okay, but when you were in group therapy, did they try and say that you probably did it mostly because you were seeking attention? Were you being attention seeking, or was it really helping to soothe you?
To soothe the pain I was feeling.
Mm-hmm.
Because I felt when I was young, I think reason why we do some of the things we do is because I was hurting inside. So
Mm-hmm.
for me, it was just, oh, that helped me relieve the pain. But now that I'm in my 30s and 40s,
Mm-hmm.
I don't do that anymore because I've moved past it. I've learned to deal with my problems in other ways.
Well, the way that I've always understood it's supposed to be because you're turning emotional pain into physical pain, and
Yeah,
that helps to release it, I guess. But with me, it's just I just have a lot of unresolved issues, with family and stuff like that. And then
yeah.
there's a lot of stuff that I'm going through right now that's pretty bad, and stuff. So it's kind of like I've got a lot going on. There's a lot on my plate right now,
Well, at
and
least you have someone to talk to about it, which is great.
yeah, I'm not going to let everybody here know what's going on, but it's just a lot of unresolved shit. So yeah, so I was not comfortable with it, because I think when I was like, I must have been like 17, 18 the last time I had a therapist or someone that I went to and I talked to. And he just asked me some really strange questions,
Yeah,
and they made me feel really uncomfortable. But now that I'm older, I realize, oh, well, he had to ask those questions.
they have to be
Yeah,
intrusive.
because like he asked me like a question like if I masturbated or something like that. And I was really offended by that when I was younger. I was like
Yeah.
17, whatever. It's like, especially because at that age, that's something that you do in private. You don't talk to people about that and stuff like that. You're like, ugh. So that was like, that's when I got turned off to therapy, and I didn't go back to him because I was like, why is he asking those questions? Of course, now that I'm older, I realize that, you know, how Freudian science works, Freudian
Yes.
psychology and everything. There was a reason for asking that question because it would answer other questions that he was trying to get to. But I was a young dumb kid.
No, I
So
totally understand because I went through so many
thank you,
therapists.
Trish.
I went through so
Uh-huh.
many therapists over the years, and you know what?
Mm-hmm.
Don't be afraid to talk to your therapist because they want to help you and they
Mm-hmm.
want to help you become a better person. And it might be good for you. I was just
Mm-hmm.
like you when I was young. When I first started going to therapy at 27, I didn't want to
Mm-hmm.
go. I was like, why do I need this? But I think, once you figure out things and you get into the rhythm of it, I
Yeah.
think it'd be good for you to talk out your unresolved issues or
Yeah.
things that have been eating away at you for years. It's
Yeah.
good to have somebody, who understands you because it's better than holding it inside and taking it to your grave because when you're dead, nobody's going to help you when you're dead. I don't know why I just
Yeah.
thought that right now.
But anyways, moving on from that, because I'm pretty sure people don't want to hear about
No,
our
people,
problems, but
we're good people. We're good people. People
no.
people I got Adele 30. Oh, that's not going to help with the problem. Oh, wait. I'm going to show the people in the stream.
Did you just recently buy that?
No, I bought that 2 years ago, 3 years ago. I've never
Okay.
opened it.
So it just barely made it from your CD case to your desk?
No, it's there to show every once in a while.
Okay.
I
Kind of like what?
I had some other CDs I could show. Oh, let me see. I got this, guys, recently.
Uh-huh.
This is one of my favorite artists
Mm-hmm.
within the last 3-4 years.
Mm-hmm.
5 years. This is Noah Khan. This is his fourth album, The Great Divide. If you like folk music, this guy writes his music. And this album, it's an
Hmm.
emotional wreck, but he also has a documentary on Netflix of him playing at Fenway because he's from England. He's from New England. He's from the Vermont area.
Okay, so he's from that area. All right.
But it's a
Uh,
great album. I just thought we show a little bit of music so people don't think we're just talking about depressive stuff.
Trish said, "I'm surprised. I didn't go to therapy after losing my parents, but I think my belief system helped." That's the thing is, Trish, I lost my parents at a very early age. I think I was only like 26 when both of my parents passed. So, and I lost them both probably in like a 3 to 4 year span. Like within 3 years, I think they were all gone. So yeah, and then also it's like, the thing is, I think in life, the way that I've handled life is just everything has just always been a constant move. I've been constantly moving and moving forward and constantly moving and moving forward. And it's like, parents died, I kept on moving. I had a family to take care of, I had a wife, I had no time to stop and take all that in. And then, had the wife, had the kids, I was moving, I'm moving. Then I got divorced. I didn't take the time to stop and take that all in because even though I was divorced, I still had to support a family, because still had to pay her fucking, alimony, still had to take care of kids. Didn't matter whether I was divorced or not. So you had to keep on moving, keep on moving. I think that's the thing is this my whole life. I've just constantly kept on moving. And now that I'm older, things are starting to slow down. I'm getting towards, retirement age and it's starting to slow down. And now I'm starting to take stock. And now I'm just starting to take stock of my life. It's like I'm realizing all this stuff that was, wrong.
Yeah. I mean,
that
it's good to take time for yourself. It's good to just sit there and take time for yourself. Okay, why is he in here telling? Okay,
I know. Well, thanks, Jason.
well, thanks, Jason.
Nikki, I'm live. Everybody leave. I was just kidding. No, it's Jason Kellen. I know him. He's a nice guy.
Oh, no,
yeah,
I just think it's
him
good
and Nikki
to
are kind
take
of a crew. So
I think it's good to
Uh-huh.
just sit back and assess the situation at hand.
yeah,
Because at the end of the day, it's good to it's good to think about the things that happened in
hmm
the past, yes, but it's also just really good to just say to yourself, look at me, I've made it to
uh-huh.
this age, I'm still here. And for me, it's like enjoying the little things. That's for me, it's like I have my niece and my nephew. That's why I'm like, I got something to look forward to in the
Well,
future.
I mean, you're also about 10 years younger than me. So it's like, it's like I'm at a different point, I think, in my life right now, other than
Yeah.
you are. Maybe in 10 years you'll be there. I don't know. But it's just right now, like I said, things are slowing down and I'm starting to take stock of a bunch of things. And
Yeah.
I'm realizing, some of the things that were wrong, in the past, some of the things that had gone wrong and some of the things that I should not have accepted and some of the things that were wrong
Yeah.
were done to me. It's like, because before it's like I was always raised to be like men are strong. We don't cry for ourselves. We don't what's the best thing to say? We don't cry for ourselves. We don't show weakness,
Yeah.
whatever it may be. That's how I was raised, which I'm realizing now because I was talking to Anne about it earlier. It's a toxic trait. Yeah, it is a toxic trait. You can't be like that.
No.
So, so the thing is that, now I'm starting to learn to feel things that went wrong and deal with it.
No,
I'm starting to, I don't know if that makes any kind of sense to anyone. I don't know if I'm explaining it correctly. Hey, how are you doing, Belle?
I mean, I know I
uh-huh.
completely get it. Even though I may not be in the same mind frame as you, I
Uh-huh.
have definitely slowed down on some of the things I did because I am 43, guys, and I'm gonna be
Uh-huh.
44 in November. So 4 years of my 40s have already gone by, which I'm
Uh-huh.
aware of the fact that they say when you get older, it goes by faster, and before you know it, you're 50 or you're
Mhm.
60, and you're wondering, wow, this whole life
Yeah.
has just passed by so fast.
Mhm.
And I've definitely realized there are certain things I can't do anymore. Like, it takes me time to get out of a car. I'm not Mrs. Oh, I can get out of a car fast. I'm like Mrs. Gotta take my time. Oh, my knees are cracking. And you
Mm-hmm.
know, the things that I didn't have when I was younger, like I got tons and tons of white hair.
I'm sorry.
That,
I'm sorry to my
yeah,
washing machine is making a whole lot of
it's
noise in the
okay.
background.
But you know, I may not be in the same. I may
So,
not be in the same mind frame as you, even though I am 10 years younger. But I
mm-hmm.
get where you're coming from. Time catches up with you, and you know, you're now realizing all these things that you did when you were younger. And you're
No, I'm
like,
not
what?
realizing. I'm not realizing things I
Okay.
didn't. Okay, well, at least I'm flipping.
Okay,
Wait, hold
sorry.
on. Okay, what I'm trying to explain is I'm not realizing things that so much I did when I was younger. I'm realizing things that have happened to me that I didn't give myself any time to like feel sorry for myself about. I'm not trying to feel sorry for myself, but the thing is that there's things that were done to me that were wrong by people in my life, but I never took the time to take stock of it, and be like, well, that was so wrong. Wow. I never took time to be like, that was fucked up, because like I said, I kept on moving. I kept on doing what I had to do. And now that I'm older and things are starting to slow down, I'm starting to realize, hey, they did this to me, or my mother did that to me. Da, da, da. And it's like, I'm not really trying to dwell on it. Like I was telling the therapist, I'm not trying to dwell on it where this is going to be my whole life from here now is taking stock of everything that went wrong, because I can't spend the rest of my life doing that either. But, I do have to acknowledge some of the stuff that, had happened to me.
I get where you're coming from. You didn't take time to assess the situation at the time it was happening. You kind of just had to, I don't know how to put it, but yeah.
Yeah. So, but anyways, moving on to a different subject, the therapy,
we don't want to become
Dr. Phil hour is done.
We don't want to be Dr. Phil. We don't want people to stop watching.
Yeah, I was reading this shit. Now that all this Michael Jackson stuff is like out right now. Michael Jackson this, Michael Jackson that, because of the movie. You already know everything's going to be blown up about Michael Jackson.
Yeah.
But now they're talking about his ties with Jeffrey Epstein. They're saying all kinds of shit's going to come out. I don't know. We'll see what comes out. But like I said, they're going to drag him through the dirt. For me, it's just like, why are you going to drag the man? They're going to drag him through the dirt again. It's like, not even in death can the man catch a break. It's like, even in death, they're still going to fucking drag him. I'm just kind of like, wow. They're like, well, he had connections to Epstein and he just, and I'm just like, just let him have his moment in the sun. Let us enjoy the movie. I mean, people are having a ball with it. They're in the movie theaters, they're dancing, they're dressing up, which to me is kind of weird, but whatever.
I mean, let them be. They want to dress up as Michael Jackson.
Yeah, they're enjoying themselves, just let them do it, I guess. But I mean, but what it costs to go see a movie nowadays, I mean, I would be pretty upset if I was going to see the movie, and all these people are yelling and screaming and, acting up, and I can't hear what's going on. I'd be kind of upset. But I think now it's pretty much become this thing where people understand that if you go see the Michael movie, it's an experience. You're going to go and there's going to be people dressed up. There's going to be people dancing. There's going to be people singing out loud, accept it for what it is. And maybe wait till it comes out on Blu-ray or something. And then you can sit there and be like, okay, I'm really going to watch it type thing. You know what I mean? So kind of accept it. Mm-hmm.
The man has been gone for like 17 years. Like, let him be. Mm-hmm. Let him rest. I just think it's crazy. I mean, the movie has definitely got me to listen to Michael Jackson again.
Uh-huh.
And I was listening to this one song I haven't listened to in a while. It's from the 90s. It's called A Stranger in Moscow.
Yeah.
It's like, wow, that's a beautiful song. Mm-hmm. I mean, because they were playing his 90s stuff at the time that he has a radio station that's live all day. It's called the Michael Jackson Station on his YouTube channel. So they were playing they played A Stranger in Moscow. They played this other song I didn't know, and they played You Rock My World. They made a remake of one of his songs, Human Nature, and they were playing that. Like someone did a remake of that. I don't really care much for Human Nature. But his 90s stuff is I haven't listened to it in a while, but I was like, and then I was on TikTok. The other day I was talking about how I like You Are Not Alone. It ended up as an ad on TikTok for me. I was like, are you stalking me?
Me and my daughter, we were talking about it the other day because she was watching Michael. Because how I got that copy of it?
Yeah.
She was watching it, and she was like saying, some reason the subject came up of what was the last song he ever performed. You know, she's like, well, what was his last performance? What was his last show that he did? Blah blah blah. And I was kind of like thinking, and I was like, I had always been under the impression that the last song he had performed was "I Can't Stop Loving You" with that girl. I forgot what her name is, but she was at his memorial. I was under the impression that was the last song he ever performed. And then afterwards, I read and I looked it up on Google and stuff like that. And no, that's not the last. Earth Song was the last song he ever performed. So they said he died hours after that. He was dead like maybe 6 or 7 hours after that.
That is crazy.
So if you go see the movie, or well, if you watch the movie, This Is It, what Earth Song in that movie, that was the last time he sang a song, was that song was Earth Song and stuff. But because the reason why I think a lot of people want to believe that it was "I Just Can't Stop Loving You" is because he was under strict orders not to be singing. He was supposed to be going out there and he's supposed to be going through the motions. He's supposed to be practicing the choreography. He was supposed to be doing a little bit of like ta 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 ta, doing a couple of sounds, singing a couple of words, but not inflecting, with his full voice. And when he did "I Can't Stop Loving You" with a girl, he was full on singing with his full voice, and stuff like that. And, and he's like telling the people in the crowd, because it was only his dancers watching him and this girl performing. He's like, oh, I'm not supposed to sing like that. Oh, no, I wasn't supposed to push my voice like that. Da, 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 da. I'm not supposed to sing like that. But he sang the whole song, but the thing that was great about that was that when you watch him singing with that girl, it was like you could see how he pushed other people that performed with him to do better, because like he's like looking at her and he's like singing certain notes and he's like looking at her like, bring it up. It's like he's like coaching her at the same time that he's doing it or whatever. But anyways, that was a conversation that me and her had the other night. We're like,
yeah, I watched an interview.
Mm-hmm.
There's this medium, whether or not you want to believe in mediums or not. There's a medium called Tyler Henry,
mm-hmm.
and somehow it ended up on my recommended videos. He had a reading session with LaToya Jackson, and he told her that Michael's final days, he just felt very alone. No one was there for him. He just felt very, very alone the day that he died. He was calling for people, but mediums, you can take it a grain of salt what they say.
Yeah, I don't believe what they say. I don't believe them.
At the end of the day, LaToya Jackson, she was happy to hear about it. She was happy because for her, it felt like she was it felt like she was close to her brother. But then again,
LaToya's fucking nuts. LaToya's fucking nuts, though.
We all know.
LaToya's always been fucking nuts. So it's like whatever she says, kind of like in one ear, out the other, type thing.
She had a very, very sort of out there career in music, but didn't really pan out.
Mm-hmm.
I mean,
it's really crazy. Is I did not know that they had another brother who had died. I think you had mentioned it the other night that there was another brother who had passed.
Brandon passed away when he was a baby.
Yeah, because like I said, me and my daughter were going down the rabbit hole. What was this last performance stuff? We were like going through YouTube. And of course, we ended up at the memorial and blah, blah, blah. And there's a part where Randy Jackson is talking about at the funeral. He's saying, Michael, take care of my brother, Brandon, blah, blah, blah. So, yeah, Brandon, was the one who passed away, I guess.
He died in 1957.
He was Randy's twin. He was Randy's twin. Yeah, so. But I was just kind of like, wow, okay.
I mean, I would like to think that Michael Jackson, I would like to think Michael Jackson is in a good place now. I mean, I went down the rabbit hole of listening to all his stuff. Well, like a lot of his stuff. Say. I was listening to Earth Song, Human Nature, Smooth Criminal, Bad. I like Man in the Mirror. I really love Off the Wall. That's my album.
Yeah, I mean,
I like Rock With You.
I mean, when it comes to Michael Jackson, I mean, I guess I was raised a fan. My mother was a very big fan, but like in my adult life, I think maybe, I mean, I have the albums, but who doesn't fucking have Thriller? in their fucking.
Everybody,
I
think everybody.
I think
has
everybody
it.
has a copy. Even the people in here would be like, "Fuck, if I don't have a fucking." You probably fucking have a copy.
You probably do.
But yeah. So I have like Thriller. I have Off the Wall and Bad. That's it. I don't go any further than that.
I mean, I think,
and maybe once a year. Maybe once a year I'll pull them out and I'll end up having like a little Jackson Fest and I'll listen to it.
Yeah.
The albums or whatever. Maybe once a year, maybe once every other year. But I don't think I'm really like a hardcore Jackson fan.
I don't consider myself a hardcore Jackson fan, but this movie just got me kind of wanting to listen to the albums. And to tell you the honest truth, like I like everything, I think up to maybe History, Dangerous. I mean, I like his 90s stuff, but obviously I think most people will say that they like his 80s stuff. Bad.
Yeah.
Thriller. Did he come out with any other did he come out with any other albums in the 80s besides Thriller and Bad?
Thriller and Bad?
Let me think. Let me look. I now need to know.
I mean,
that's a good question.
Like I said, he's one of those things where I didn't go past Bad. Yeah. Once every other year, or maybe once, maybe there's a point where maybe it's once a year for a couple of years or something. But I think that's probably about it.
Oh, there's one called Forever Michael. That was his album he made when he was really young. I didn't know. I forgot about that.
Oh, wait a minute. I mean, I have Victory and I have Triumph and I have the Jacksons Live. I think I also have the Jacksons' first album they put out on Epic, the one that has Enjoy Yourself. And
okay.
Yeah.
The first album that he did was called Got to Be There. And that was released on January the 24th in 1972 on Motown.
Are you talking about a single or an album?
An album. It was his debut album.
Okay.
1972. And then his second album was called Ben. Oh, Ben just fucks me up, that song. Yeah.
The fucking, it's like the song was to a fucking rat.
It was. It came out on August the 4th. And then that was 1972. And then he came out with Music and Me, which was April 13th of 1973. And then he came out with Forever Michael, January the 16th of 1975. Off the Wall was August the 10th of 1979. Thriller was November the 29th of 1982. Bad was August the 31st of 1987. Dangerous came out November. So we only had two albums in the 80s. Two albums, Thriller and Bad. And then Dangerous came out November 26th of 1991. History, I think, isn't History kind of like his greatest hits?
Yeah, I think it was like a compilation.
That one came out June the 20th of 1995.
I think if you end up looking it up on YouTube, there's videos that you could find where people are actually saying that they made so many different statues of him. I don't know what they're made out of. I don't know if they're made out of plaster or whatever they were made out of, but they were used as promotions all over the world. They were like popped up in different places, and now like people are running to collect them and stuff.
And then he released one last album on October 20th of 2001. That's Invincible.
And those are albums I have no idea about. Yeah,
Invincible, I think, had that song "Rock with You." That song that goes, you rock my world, you did. I'm singing the song. You know that you've seen that video. Chris Tucker's in it.
Rock my world, yeah.
Chris Tucker's in the video. And they make like kind of a movie. Michael's like, fighting off these like mob boss people because there's this girl that he's in love with.
Yeah.
And Chris is like, don't do that. Chris is like, don't do that. Be careful, Michael. Michael goes, I got this. And Chris is like, no, you don't, Michael. Michael goes, I gotta fight for my woman, or something like that. Did I say?
I don't know. Lisa's gonna read the whole script for us this evening. Michael, there we go.
No, it's just that movie that movie just reignited my passion to listen to Michael again, because before that I haven't really listened to Michael in like a couple of years. Really.
Well, I mean, yeah, I'm sure it's going to do that, but you know what? The thing that I think is also going to be ridiculous is going to be the what is the best way to put it? people are going to start stupid shit of selling his records completely, trying to be outrageous. They're going to try to sell them outrageously expensive now.
Yeah.
You know, you're going to see copies of fucking Thriller going for 40, 50, 60 bucks now. I'm pretty sure that's going to happen because people will be like, oh, this is Thriller. You know, Michael Jackson has a movie out, blah, blah, blah. I could sell this copy of Thriller for 50 bucks, even though, you know, everybody and their fucking mother had a copy of it during the 80s. You know, there's copies.
Gonna buy it?
People have copies falling out of their ass. You know, it's like they're fucking everywhere. But they're gonna be like, I know that the only ones that are worth any kind of money are the ones that have the misprint in the back where I think Michael Jackson isn't written on the producing credits. Those are the only ones that I understand are supposed to be worth money. I mean, everything else was just, you know, overproduced shit. There was so many copies of it everywhere, you know. So
I mean, they made 30,000 MoFi editions of Thriller. So I'm telling you, you're not gonna have a hard time getting Thriller, people. It is reissued to high.
Yeah,
heavens.
there you go. It's based on hype, just like, you know. Just like whenever it was a joke that I was saying for a while, you know, and sometimes it was probably in poor taste with certain artists, but as soon as an artist died, I was like, oh, there goes all, you know, how many fucking record stores are like hitting the shelves right now with their fucking price tags. They're upping all the prices on all the fucking records because the artist just died.
Yep, it happens when what's his name passed away, Tom Petty. They were upping the price on it. When Mike Nesmith passed away, lo and behold, Mike Nesmith albums were going for a pretty penny. It's just the thing about it is whenever an artist or like the last member of a group passes away, they up the prices of a record to a ridiculous price. And when you think about it, when John Prine passed away, I remember seeing a John Prine record. I was like, you guys are crazy. John Prine is not worth 40, 50 bucks for a record. John Prine is a $10 to $15 artist. Sorry, John Prine. I know you're in heaven right now. I'm just saying.
Well, he died. He was one of the first people to die from COVID, wasn't he? He was one of the first COVID deaths. Deaths?
He died in, I want to say he died in 2021 or 2022. Oh,
okay. Well, I thought I remembered him being one of the first ones, but what I'm going to need to do is I'm going to need to do it now before it happens. I'm going to have to get on my Monkeys collection because Mickey Dolenz, I'm telling you, man, one foot on a banana peel, the other one in the grave. And when he goes, all those records are going to go up in value.
I have everything.
There's going to be a surge. I'm just kidding. I don't think Mickey Dolenz is going anytime soon.
No, I have every record, so I'm good.
Yeah, I'm making a joke because I keep on seeing these freaking posts on Facebook. I don't know if it's Facebook or fucking YouTube. Somebody makes these posts where they make AI slop, you know.
Yeah, Mickey Dolenz addressed
that Mickey Dolenz is dying, or Mickey Dolenz has this rare form of like brain cancer or some shit, and he's dying. People keep on doing that shit.
No, he
with
addressed
him and stuff like that.
He addressed it like a few months back. He's like, I know of you AI people, and then his daughter recently addressed it. His daughter's like, why are you making AI jokes about my dad? He's not dead. Because his daughter was not happy.
Hey, Paulina.
With the Sunset Rock page, that's what it's called. Because his daughter has acknowledged it. She has her own page. If you guys want to follow her, it's called Emily Dolenz Turtle and the Bee. She does gardening, and she does photography. And she had a video that was really cute about a few months back, or maybe a couple months, or maybe even a month back, where she showed her dad's garden. She helped her dad with the garden. But I just think, making up these rumors about Mickey Dolenz, he is the last surviving monkey. We lost Mike Nesmith 5 years ago, and then we lost Peter Tork. I believe we lost him in 2019.
Yeah.
Because he had throat cancer. And then we lost Davy Jones in 2012. Davy Jones was riding his horse and he suffered a heart attack. And he just, But the thing about it is, Mickey Dolenz is still performing. In fact, he's coming out here to LA, and he's going to be performing his show with his sister Gemma. So Mickey Dolenz is still in good health.
One of the Roberts from Doc Dawkins, one of the Roberts, he just recently put a video up. He went to go see Mickey Dolenz recently. Yeah,
Yeah, Mickey
so
Dolenz
yeah,
is great. Did you hear one of the Osmonds passed away recently?
really.
I forgot which Osmond it was, but it was they passed away recently.
DJ said, Trish said, when die people, or I'm saying when she dies, people will be selling her mix on eBay. Trish, your mixes are going to put my grandchildren through college.
Hey, Paulina.
When you go, I'm just kidding. I'm just kidding. We want you around for a long time, there, Trish.
DJ Trish, I'm not selling your mixes. When you pass away, I am not selling your mixes because first off, your mixes are one of a kind, and people would just love to have your mixes. So no, I'm not selling your mixes. I'm not the kind of person. You take time to make those mixes.
Oh, she said Alan Osmond. There you go.
Oh yeah, that's who passed away. Alan Osmond. I think he's the oldest Osmond brother, but he's had health problems prior. So I was not surprised when he passed because they had mentioned Alan had problems.
There are autograph hounds who want to get autographs of artists to sell on eBay just to make quick bucks. Sadly, people will pay. Yes. You know, I mean, I went into a whole spill. I'm not going to go through it again on my last stream. But yeah, I ran into problems with that, you know. And I ran into that problem with a couple of artists that they were just like, they don't want to sign anymore. You know, because you got the jackasses with the folders. They come in and they push you out of the way. They want to be like, can you sign this? And they wear the artist out. And then the artist's like, I got to go. They just don't even want to deal with it. They just walk away. Yeah. And then nobody gets signatures. Let me see it, Paulina. I like the monkeys. A lot of people like the monkeys.
A lot of people like the monkeys. And if you guys want the classic album collection, it doesn't really go for too much over the asking prices. I paid $130 for it. I think you can get it for like $170, $175, which is a little bit more than what it costs in RSD, but it's a great collection if you want all the Monkees albums in one place.
Did Head come in that collection?
Yep.
And you have another copy of Head separate from that?
Yep, I have an alternative version of Head.
Oh, can you give me Head? You found I set that one up. It didn't come out that great though, but anyways, I'm like
oh, people on this stream are gonna be like, Lisa, you naughty minx.
Well, that's why I was asking. I was like, oh, okay, does it already have Head in the box set? So you have an extra Head, so can you give me Head? So there you go. Trisha has great taste in music, so does Lisa. Paulina says hello, everyone.
Thank you, Dwayne. I think I have semi-decent taste. I think there are some stuff in my collection that necessarily nobody would collect, but hey, I like what I like.
I mean, I think it's about time that I go through my whole collection. Maybe one of these Sundays or Mondays when you come over, you can help me go through this collection.
Well, you got to let me know when you want, what day on Sunday, because my dad wants to give you your what is it? He got you a oximeter meter because I told him, I said, hey, you got an extra oximeter meter? And he said, yeah. And I said, you can get one give one to my, and he said, yeah.
I mean, yeah.
No, well, you let me know.
Dusty.
I will come over on Sunday when you decide you want to, make a day of it. I'll help you, organize your records. Or
well, the thing is, I want to go through some of the records and the ones upstairs and figure out what I should get rid of and what I should keep, because I know there's a lot that I don't listen to, and I know that I can afford to get rid of a lot of them, because there's a lot of them. Like I'm supposed to go see another collection actually the day after tomorrow. Old lady turns around and calls me, and she's got a whole collection of records. She's like, I got a whole bunch of records in my garage I want to get rid of. I'm like, well, what's in it? She goes, oh, there's some Cheap Trick in there, some blah, blah, blah. So then I was like, oh, okay, then there must be some classic rock in there. So I was like, all right, I'll be there. Go through it. But the thing is that I'll turn around and go through the collection, and usually when I make them an offer, I have to offer them for the whole collection.
Yeah.
So that means that there could be maybe a third of them that I already have, so I'm getting doubles or maybe even triples of some records. So it's like,
and they just one record I'd want. There's one record I'd want if he has it, and I'm gonna throw it out there since you mentioned them. The album called The Dream Police.
Yeah.
by
I,
Cheap Trick.
see, now I know that I think I have a copy of that, but I don't think I have multiple copies of that.
Well, if you
But it
do,
might be in that collection, so I'll have to get rid of it right away.
because that's there's also another one I want, and I was talking with
Uh-huh.
Dwayne about it on the stream. It's one of my favorite live performances, is Cheap Trick live at Budokan.
Here she goes. I'm going through my collection. Love my Laura Near albums. Wait, don't have them yet.
Well, do I have to come over? Do I have to come over next? Do I have to come over next week? And we? Oh my God! No. You know what?
Uh-huh.
You know what?
We should make a video of it. We should make content doing
Oh my
it.
God! You remember the time when we
Uh-huh.
made a video for Paulina, because Paulina thought we were AI, and Paulina was like, "Or
Well, it
is
looked
this
like
real
it could.
life?"
It looked like it could be AI.
It could
because,
be,
you know,
but
the thing is that we do so much fucking AI, Lisa. We fuck
oh
with
my
people so much with
God!
AI. So it's like, yeah, it's like people when we finally like, oh no, that's really it. No,
You know
you
what
guys.
I did? I made a picture of us with Weird Al because I thought it was hilarious, and they actually got it right this time.
They got okay. You turned around, did one. You sent it to me, and it was us with a fucking robot that said "Weird AI Robot," and I was
I put Weird Al, and they gave me a robot.
Yeah, and I guess I was going, okay. That's when I turned around. And I told you, I went, Lisa, were you trying to put in Weird Al, and it just said Weird AI? I'd assumed you're saying an AI robot or some shit, and you're like, guilty as charged. Like,
No,
oh, yeah.
I put Weird Al, and they interpret him as a robot, but it's true. Because I have on my phone, which is an Android, I have this AI thing that comes with it called Gemini. And so I just started to see if I could make pictures of me with celebrities, and it was funny. Like I gotta show you guys the most funniest thing I made on AI. Wait, 1 second.
You know, let me see something. I'm going to see if I can get to some of the stuff that I've done on Chat GPT, because some of it has been pretty fucking hilarious, I think. I've gotten music from a public library because they were cleaning up their old stock CDs, DVDs, and books. Not very much for them. Now, see, the thing is, that I grew up during the 80s, 70s, and 80s. And for me, it always seemed like libraries, all of the stuff they had was just trashed. So it's like I never bothered to really like go to libraries to get CDs and stuff like that. But I guess nowadays maybe people take better care of them. So when they end up giving them away, they end up having those open houses where they get rid of a bunch of stuff. I should probably go check it out. But I just don't like the stickers and stuff they put on them. So nice that you're muted there.
Best work, guys.
Uh-huh.
Look what I'm holding up, and you got to discuss
Oh my God, the One Direction freaking record. Jesus Christ, you. I'm like, I'm wondering.
I just realized, like during the summer, I can come to your house on Mondays, but right now, while I have the kids, it would have to be Sunday, because that's when my mom, even though she has Monday off, after taking care of the kids, I don't want to have her, driving all the way to your house, because we take care of the kids until 4 or 5 o'clock. So definitely one of these Sundays, I'll come over. We will organize your records. We'll go through them. Maybe we'll do a stream, people. Maybe. But other than that, yeah. Oh, I made another funny one, guys. I'm like making too many of them. Don't make me big, but look at this. Look at this. This is the picture of a century. Look at this, guys. Look at that. You see that girl right there? She's disgusted. And who's writing me right now? Nobody is.
You're Sanchito. But like, look at this one right here. This was a great one. This was a great one right here. Let me share my Chat GPT. This was the one where it was Peter Noon, and he's having a word with Richard Dolan. That was one of my great ones.
I found that picture on Richard Dolan's Facebook.
Yeah, that was one of my great ones. Peter Noon's like, I'm getting tired of you, son. It's like,
and look at, they put Peter Noon in the background. They put me.
He's all, I've had it with you. He's all, next time learn the bloody lyrics. Isn't that what he said last time? He's like, oh, learn the bloody lyrics. Here's 2 copies of the album.
Yeah.
Let me see.
I mean, I know some of their songs. No Milk Today.
Oh no, what is going on here? I want to find my my greatest one. Is it here? Where'd it go?
I'm like looking through the ones that I made, and I made some pretty funny ones. People are like, "Why do you make AIs?" I go, "They're just fun. I'm not doing them, to be serious."
Oh no, where'd it go?
Oh, oh my gosh! No, I'm not going to show this one, but this one I gotta show. This is Dusty's best work.
Uh-huh.
You look at this one, guys. Me eating a hot dog and crazy from Orange is the New Black. And then this is, if you guys know, you know. You remember, guys, I used to watch this guy on the accordion guy.
The accordion guy. How do I look? Do you think I look like Speedy Gonzalez right there?
I don't. I tell you the truth, that mustache. They look like they spray painted it on you. Oh my god! Like, I'm so used to you with your soul patch. Okay,
it's like, what do you guys think?
For all the years
what do you guys think? Should I go to the mustache and be like, "Hello, this is the Dusty Spins," and I'll have the mustache and be, "This is the Dusty Spins. Welcome to in the spin room with the Dusty Spins and the Groovy saw. They're chulo."
I mean, before you shaved off your thing, you had like a little soul patch and a mustache, a little mustache. And I mean, this is the first time in like how many years have I seen you without a mustache? Because you've had it for years.
Yeah, I shaved it off and it kind of made me look a little bit younger, but now I'm kind of like, I want to grow it back again because I'm kind of
when you sent me that picture, I was like, holy crap, you look like you're 10 years younger.
Yeah. So I'm thinking about.
But I mean, it works for some people. Some people, they look really good without the mustache.
Yeah.
I kind of got used to the mustache, and when you shaved it off, I was like, oh, I got used to it. I was like, you look so different. It's like me when I had short hair.
Yeah.
When I had short hair, I was like, oh no.
Let me see what else we have here. Oh, there it is. There it is. I found it. Morrissey didn't want to have any more of your business with One Direction. There he goes, I'll play the record.
Oh my god.
That one's a pretty good one.
You made my background look really nice because I have that Stranger Things poster. I've had that for years on my wall. People have asked me to like change up the poster. It's like, no.
Look at how angry Morrissey looks at you though, and look at how scared you look.
I just like that AI gave me more curves. Wish I looked. AI gave me, if you guys look at the AI picture, they gave me curves. They made me look more womanly. AI did a good job.
They gave you a big butt. There you go.
I know AI don't need to do that. I already have one. I don't need AI.
But Lisa had a surprise for Morrissey. She pulled the One Direction out.
It's amazing how lifelike that looks like Morrissey.
Yeah, he's like, and I think that's exactly what he would do if you try to pull a freaking One Direction record out on him. He'd be like, oh
my god,
that's horrible, horrible.
Wow, AI made my hair look fantastic. The waves are looking good because I have waves.
Yeah, your eyes look kind of crazy, but yeah, it looks pretty good. Hey, Seal Hater, how you doing? Haven't seen you for a while.
Hey, Seal.
Haven't seen him for a while. What's up, Mason? How you doing?
You should make one where Morrissey is forcing me to listen to the Smiths and you put headphones on my ear.
I should. Look, at Mike said Morrissey's new CD it actually is very good. I've listened to the whole album. I've streamed it. I haven't bought it, but I will get out there to get it. Most definitely. Dusty, what is the reason why concert ticket prices seem to be going down? Rush concert tickets were around 400 and now they're 300, 230. Reason being, of course, is because they are trying to do good publicity because they lost that. Didn't they lose that court case? They lost the court case where it's actually now they're trying to break up the monopoly is what they're trying to do. They're trying to break up the monopoly. And I think right now what they're doing is they're trying to do some kind of publicity control because they came out with this stupid shit that was like, oh, there's going to be 1,000 concerts for $30 or some shit like that. Did you see that? Have you gotten that thing on Facebook, Lisa?
Yeah, from Live Nation.
And they're saying that, okay, there's going to be so many concerts this summer that are going to be only $30 a piece. And people are saying, yeah, $30 a piece. It'll be like fucking 8 tickets probably at each show. And it's going to be like fucking bands that nobody wants to fucking see.
But the thing about it is Live Nation has been doing that for years. It's not just like a new thing that they came up with. because I remember summer, me and my sister went to see a concert, and then during the winter they were doing that. And me and my sister went to see a concert for $15 one time at the Wiltern. I had forgotten that I went to see Pablo Nutini. That's how you know you've been to too many concerts, is when you forgot that you saw an artist and now you're reminded that you saw him. I saw him in like 2000 and I want to say 14, 13. And we paid $15 because Live Nation / Ticketmaster had this thing. Oh my God. You know, sometimes I look at these pictures and I'm like, where do you find these pictures of Dolan?
But you guys look so happy.
There's only one problem in that picture.
What?
I wouldn't really wear a dress with strapless, like thin sleeves. It'd have to have sleeves. But man, they made my hair look nice. So why is Richard's eye closed? It's like Richard doesn't want to see me on
no, you know, I think Richard looks fucking good there. I think he fucking looks good. He does. Both of you look good. Lovely couple.
You know who they made Richard look like?
Uh-huh.
They made Richard look like the lead singer of Bon Iver.
I don't know. Richard looks good there, though, man. I mean, Richard, if you really look at that picture, Richard's a pretty good-looking guy. Richard is a pretty good-looking guy.
I mean, you can put anybody in a wedding. I put you. I put you with Cute Bot. I put you with Wood Girl. I put me crashing your wedding to Wood Girl. You can do anything. No, because you know how he talks about Wood Girl, guys? I decided to be funny, so I found a picture of Wood Girl. Wood Girl does not take a lot of selfies on her page, and I found one and I made it. It's funny, guys. I made it. A picture of him with Wood Girl.
Oh, where is it? Oh. You know, this picture that I mean, this one, it's like, what the fuck happened to my hair? It's like my hair is all gone.
I also made you a supermodel in one picture.
I mean, because there's this one right here. This one was my favorite. This is my fave. There you go. Me and all my ladies.
Oh my God. They made you look like a silver fox, you know? Can I dare say? You look good in that picture. No
I'm
shade,
like,
no
man.
tea. I don't know what is it.
I got it going on right there.
I mean, that hairstyle looks good on you. Have you ever thought about having like a kind of a tapered hairstyle?
No. I'm gonna get. I usually have my hair tapered. I got to go get it done that way. But the thing is,
looks good.
They really. Good. I mean, my hairline isn't that bad. I don't think. But
no, but that hairstyle looks good. I don't know what is it, but AI made you look distinguished.
But look, I mean, Vinyl Guru looks so happy. Wood Girl looks so happy. Asian Bunny actually looks so happy. We're all happy. We're all happy in our wedding day. All of us are. We're doing the sister wives thing. You know, doing the sister wives thing.
I mean, then you got people. Good. You got people in the background that are just like cheering you on. Because I thought it was hilarious when you sent me that picture. I was like, you forgot one person. You have to like make it. You have to like add more people to that wedding picture. I feel like.
Oh, you know what? I think I covered you up because there was one that was actually a wedding picture where you were in it and you were in the background. You're like, ah! But I think I took it out.
That was funny.
Yeah, let me see. Then there was this one that was you with what's this guy's name?
I don't know. Show me the picture.
I know you had a thing for him, so.
Oh, that's the Pablo. That's Pedro Pascal.
There you go. I know you had a thing for him.
No, when you sent me that picture, I was like, if only I had the right equipment, Pedro Pascal would be into me.
Mason said, "Hey, Dusty, how about using AI to put me with 1967 era Brian Wilson? Just imagining what that would probably look like."
That'd be kind of cool.
You know, I could do that probably after I get off the stream. I'll go ahead and I'll do it and I'll send it to you. And then you can make that like your profile picture or something. That'd be kind of cool. Yeah, they usually come out really good. I mean, I've gotten really good at this, you know, on the prompts and stuff. And I finally figured out how to get around using celebrities and stuff because before it's like, every celebrity you try to put up there, it wouldn't even do it.
Yeah, I mean, that's me with Pedro Pascal, me and my imaginary relationship with Pedro Pascal, as you guys know.
Yeah.
I love Pedro Pascal, but he doesn't, he doesn't like women. But hey, it is what it is.
And then there's this one of when I was younger with my ex.
Hopefully they're not.
That was my ex from the 80s. There you go.
Oh, is that Susanna Hoff?
Yep.
I was like, you when you said your ex, I was like, oh my god, I hope they're not watching because
me and Susanna had a thing for quite a while. We were in
Why
love.
did they make you look like a teenager in that picture? I swear.
That was me. That was me at 20. Remember that picture I had?
Yeah, but they made you look even younger. They made you look like you were 18 or 17. I was like, Susanna Hoff is like, no disrespect, but you look like you're 17 or 16.
Susanna Hoff is still she's robbing the cradle right there. And I'm all for it. Look at that.
But Susanna Hoff is one of those people like, damn, if I get to her age, she looks good. I'm like, the girl has the fountain of youth. You know, there's women when they get to their 60s and they just look like they're all messed up. She looks good.
They got all my freaking earrings in there too. Look, those are all my earrings.
And they gave you some glasses too.
Yeah.
Nice glasses. They gave you like thinner pairs.
Because I have like I have 5 earrings. So I have 2 in each ear, and then I have 1 on the top of my ear there. I never wear earrings anymore though. I'm too damn old for that shit. But
I got earrings because every Asian kid got earrings when they were 6 months. So my mom got me earrings at 6 months. So
P.S. Use my Facebook profile picture if you can. Sure, no problem.
I could make you real quick, Mason, because I got on my phone. Let me see. I can come up with something.
Yeah, but the thing that you have to do is when you do the prompt, is I learned you can't put like the name of the person, like the famous name. You just have to go get a picture of them. And then when you put the picture and add into the prompt on ChatGPT, you have to turn around and say, put this person in this person. Don't even say their name. Just put this person in that person. And it just, I don't know if ChatGPT just assumes that it's someone normal or not a celebrity and they go ahead and do it. But I've been able to get around it that way.
No, well, they let me do that with Gemini. Gemini lets me do it.
Okay. After I saw the Beach Boys coming on tour, I saw how few original band members left. And I'm glad I didn't go.
Hold on.
Some people have good genes where they look younger.
I'm this is gonna, let's see.
How many original like Beach Boys are left? There's like what?
I know there's Al Jardine.
I
don't know if he's an original member. Mike Love.
I see Dusty.
Isn't Mike Love the only original member?
Well, Al Jardine. Al Jardine's an original member. So Al Jardine.
And that other guy. There's another guy, right?
Because okay, well, yeah, all the Wilsons are gone, right?
Yeah, all of them.
Yeah.
I mean, Carl died in 95. Dennis died in the 80s.
And Brian
died
recently.
last year.
So the only ones left are Mike Love and Al Jardine. So so if Mike Love and Al Jardine, Mike Love, Al Jardine, Ellen Jardine, I'm sorry, and David Mark. So if they die,
David Mark.
Stamos is going to have to carry the torch. And if Stamos dies, then the Beach Boys are gone.
God dang
it. It's over. Once Stamos is gone, it's over.
Oh my God. Seeing John Stamos in real life, the man is a good looking man. Oh, John Stamos. I don't know why I said it to him. I misspoke. I said to him, I said to him, you're not as good looking as you are in real life. And then I misspoke when I saw him on stage. I was like, oh,
you said you're not as good looking in real life, because that's a freaking Lisa thing to say. That is like so Lisa. You're not as good looking in person as I thought you were going to be. Oh, did I? You were like the living epitome of fucking what was that fucking the nerd during the 90s? What was his name?
Steve Urkel.
Did I do that? You're the living embodiment of that shit.
Look, I took it back.
Do that?
Here we go. This does not look good. AI made it not look good, but hey, there you go, Mason.
Oh, there you go.
Does it even look good?
That's not bad. That's pretty darn good. I think it's pretty darn good.
But they didn't make him look young. They made him look older. It made him older.
Well, you have to go find a picture of him from that era. You have to go find a picture.
Okay, I'll look.
Go find a picture of Brian Wilson, 1967, and then use that picture. Now, the thing is, probably most of the pictures are going to be black and white. So what you have to do is you have to put in the prompt, put these two together in a picture, colorize the person in black and white, and they'll colorize him and put him into the picture.
Let me look. There's some pictures of him in color. I found one.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, that's a good one. I'll use that one.
Yeah. I think you need a Steven Urkel t-shirt that says, "Did I do that?"
Yeah, because I was stupid.
I say that?
I was stupid. I was like 22 and I was stupid and young. And I regret saying that to John Stamos.
Well, in the event that were to happen, at least we'll still have Chris. Ow. This chair. I need to buy a new chair. This chair is so uncomfortable now. It is like hurting my butt. My booty cheeks are too sensitive for this.
I know how you feel. I know how you feel. My booty.
Did I do that? Oh, yes, it's the gorgeous Pinky. Pinky. Hey, she's about to go over to the UK. She's about to go on her UK tour. Pinky.
What part of the UK is she going to?
All of it, baby. Oh. All of it.
Ooh.
Pinky's gonna be all over the UK.
Maybe she can go. Oh my God, this is not. Oh, why did it make him look older?
Pinky's on Pinky's like, I'm gonna bring a little piece of the United States over to the UK. That's what
this is right creepy, there. Guys. Warning, this is creepy. Look what
What'd
they did to Mason Smile.
They made Mason a lot thinner, didn't they?
Yeah, and then they made Brian Wilson older. I said to make him younger, and they still made him older. AI doesn't understand things. I'll do it again.
Well, okay. I own all 9 seasons of Family Matters on DVD. Really, Mike?
Mike,
I don't know. I mean, I was good. No offense to Mike, but I'm like, why? I don't know if I can watch that much Steven Urkel.
No offense, Mike. No offense, Mike. When I came out in the 90s, I watched all 9 seasons on TV, and I have no desire to own them on DVD.
I just like the Beach Boys car songs, like Beach Boys Little Deuce Coupe, but I was born in 73. So I'm older than you, Seal Hater. I'm older than you by like a year. Said, Pinky to hello. I am going to Hertfordshire and Somerset.
Ooh, nice.
Nice.
Well, I'm trying to make them younger.
Hello, Edwin.
I mean,
I got a new desk chair on Amazon for $30. Like, why did I leave you big? I'm sorry, my bad.
Let me look at the chat. If I remember correctly, about Somerset's supposed to be a really nice, like, ritzy dissy area of UK.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I have a little obsession with the UK. I used to be really into like learning about the UK, and that's a pretty nice area.
Lisa sent to me once you're done with it.
This one's kind of accurate. I'll send you this one, Mason. This one's kind of accurate. Look, I made him younger.
He's wearing like what? He's wearing Brian Wilson.
They made him look like Paul Dano.
Like pudding.
They made him look like Paul Dano.
Yeah. He's like, I like pudding.
Let me find Mason. Because
I am a very, very huge Depeche Mode fan. And I have wanted to go to where they're from, which is Basildon, Essex. And I was looking it up on YouTube. I was like, oh, what's up in Basildon, Essex? Because that's where, Mute Records started, Depeche Mode, Yaz, Erasure, everything came from like Basildon. And they said that Basildon, I think I've said it before, it's like the Compton, of the UK. Really bad. They said it's real dodgy. They said people get like freaking murdered and people get robbed and
didn't they say the same about Liverpool? Didn't they say Liverpool is kind of dodgy too?
Yeah, but they're saying that like Basildon, I guess, has really gone down. Like they had like the only thing they really had going for them was they had like a main shopping square, and it's like it's just really gone downhill. A lot of the shops aren't even there anymore, and
there's also another there's a documentary. I don't know if you have it. Maybe we'll watch it one day. Mm-hmm. There's a documentary that they made about the Canada music scene in the UK. That's supposed to be pretty good.
So when I say Hertfordshire, like you did, they laugh because they say Hertfordshire. Okay, there
you go. Hertfordshire.
They'd be like, "Oh, this freaking yank." You see what he said? That he said Hertfordshire. It's like it's Hartford. He's like, oh, she's like talking like freaking what's her face from Harry Potter? So Leviosa, not Leviosa.
Oh yeah, Emma Watson.
It's Leviosa. not Leviosa.
I mean, it's very cool to note that in
Mm-hmm.
England, I mean, in the UK, they have like different accents. Like you've got the people that have the posh
Mhm.
accent, then you've got the Cockney accent,
Mm-hmm.
then you've got the in between, the people who are posh and Cockney. It's interesting.
London, England was nice to visit. Yeah, I need to get over there. I mean, it's like, yeah, I need to go before I die. There you go. You know, I was watching for New Year's, Madam Sin, one of my favorite channels. I know he's had a lot of problems here in the VC and stuff, but I really, really enjoy his channel.
Yeah.
And his apartment complex that he lives in a very, very upper class, expensive, I guess, apartment complex. And for New Year's Eve, he did a video where he's like, okay, going out to the roof of my apartment complex to celebrate New Year's Eve. And he just walks right out into his, balcony, whatever, roof. And he looks off to the side. And when he turns his phone off to the side, Big Ben is like right next to him.
Wow.
So basically, when he walks out onto his roof where he goes and smokes cigarettes or whatever else he does, Big Ben's like right there next to him. I'm like,
I mean,
that's fucking crazy.
I would love to see
You know?
Big Ben. I would love to see where the royal people live. I think that'd be kind of cool.
Please do not use that one. Makes me look too obsessed with the guy. I mean, dressing just like
I don't know. AI did it. I'm not using it, but AI did it, and I was like, that's a little weird. I try to make it where you're meeting Brian Wilson, but they made him look older.
I knew someone who was originally from England. He said, the farther north you go, the worse it is. Charlie, how you doing, Charlie?
Hey, Charlie.
Seal Hater, sounds like me. I'm from Boston.
Oh, you're from Boston.
He probably says wicked a lot. Wicked.
You know they don't pronounce their R's in the Boston.
See, same thing. I usually can do a really good Boston accent, but I can't do it right now that I'm on the spot. But
I can only do one thing, and my dad used to always say, "Park the car at Harvard Square." That's all I know. This
will be my 7th transatlantic. I was talking to her earlier, and she was talking about being on the plane. Because I don't know why I miscalculated, but I said 12 hours. She said no, it's 10 hours. And I was like, I asked her, I said, Pinky, have you ever joined the Mile High Club? She's like, no. Have you seen the size of those bathrooms? Like, they're so small. There's no way you could do it. And I was like, not even by yourself. She's like,
I mean, people, even though the bathroom's small, people will make it work.
I saw the Tragically Hip live in London, England. That was awesome.
Ooh, sweet.
Sin has killer 45s. Yes, he has a killer 45 collection.
And he has that. He has that. That jukebox that he plays it on, which is really cool. Because I remember one time he had tagged me in a video. He had a like Portuguese or Spanish version of the Monkees singing "I'm a Believer," and I thought that was so cool. And he tagged me in it. But yeah, I like Sin. I love Sin's collection.
He does a DJ gig, I think, at like a smaller place. It's like a little like restaurant bar or something like that. And he's made videos. I don't know if he's done lives or if they're just videos, but he's been doing some where he goes to this place and he does these little gigs, awesome gigs. I mean, he plays some awesome stuff. I'm pretty sure the other person who would probably do an awesome DJ gig would be like Bip Bop Boom. Most definitely. I'm pretty sure he would do a pretty awesome one too.
I think of all the people that would be really awesome at gigs, it would definitely be Nathaniel Mars, John, Johnny Final Treasure.
Oh, Johnny G. Yes, definitely.
Johnny G. Madam Sin, Zoo on Animals.
Nice, Pinky.
There's a lot of people. There's a lot of people that would be good at it.
So Pinky's already got plans. She's going to go see gigs and everything. I'm jelly.
You know what she needs to do is she needs to drink the tea at 4:00 because in the UK, everybody has tea at 4:00. They have an alarm for it.
Don't they like take, or I'm probably mistaken. I thought they take naps at a certain time of the day too. Or am I thinking about Europeans? Is that something that's more European?
It probably is, but they have a tea alarm. When you go to UK, everybody stops for tea. At that time, everybody has to drink tea. I don't know why, but it's just a UK thing.
I know that it was. Somebody had told me at one time. It was my friend Sylvain. He's the one who was from Liverpool. That he's all because ever since I was young, I was drinking coffee and tea. My mom got me
Yeah.
just so hooked on it, and I was drinking tea, and I had this habit. My mom used to put a little bit of milk in it. She put
Yeah.
a little bit of milk in it, and I didn't realize this, but Sylvain had turned around and told me, he's like, "Oh, he's all, you drink your tea like an Englishman." And I was like, "What?" And he's all, "Yeah, he's all, in England, that's the way we take our tea. We put a little bit of milk in it."
Yep.
And I was like, "Oh," I didn't realize that. It just was normal for me. He's like, "Yeah, in England, we put a little bit of milk in it."
They do that. They put the milk and they put some sugar in it.
A late friend of mine was born in England. His dad was from Edinburgh. And was half Irish. His mom was from Liverpool. Had two younger children. I was born in England, and the other in New Zealand. I really think that Liverpool has got to be like the Boston, of like
Boston
England.
of the
Yeah,
UK.
yeah, because it's like their accent is just so pronounced. It's like Sylvain. It was just like his accent from Liverpool was just like sometimes I couldn't understand what the fuck he was saying. And then I had my friend Armin, he was from Perth. He was from Australia, and his accent was so thick that when they would talk to each other, I'd be like, how the fuck do you guys understand each other?
If you guys want to hear a Perth accent, just listen to Kevin Parker interviews. And you got a Perth accent right there.
And they would be like talking, and I would be like, you need to slow it down. I don't understand what the fuck you're saying. And then they would make fun of my accent. I remember one time we were inside this place called Curly Jones. It was like a diner that we used to go to all the time. And I was asking for water, and they started laughing to each other. And I was like, what's so funny? He's all, just the way you guys say water. The way you say water.
A bottle of water.
Yeah. And I was like, what's so funny about it? He's like, just the way you guys say water. He says, it's funny.
Water.
And I was like, well, try and say it like me. Try and, impersonate my accent. He's all, well, when we say water, we say water. Or, he like made it sound so like whatever. He's all, but you guys just go water. It just made me crack up when he was trying to impersonate our accent. He's all, well, you guys just say water. Yeah, I need a new chair. Ugh, I hate this chair. My late friend was born on July 4th. Had to go to school for part of his youth while his dad attended university. My friend, had to pledge allegiance to the U.S. flag. I have tea with milk and sugar. Go to school in the USA. There we go. Pledge allegiance to the U.S. flag.
Yeah.
Go to school. Okay. Liverpool, I saw the cavern, but also some 17th century slave markets. Ooh.
I mean,
do something for you. No, just kidding.
I mentioned in a previous chat, that my cousin married a guy named Tom. Yeah, that's such a British name. She married a guy named Tom. His whole family still lives in Brighton, and he's out here in California. So every once in a while, my cousin will come and take their two kids. And you know what? Their second kid has such a British name. You know what it is?
What?
Fraser.
Fraser.
Yeah,
Thank
and I was
you,
like,
Seal Hater, for being here. Thank you for stopping by.
Thank you, Seal. And I asked him, did you name it after a TV show? And he goes, no, it's a family name. I was like, okay, Tom, cool.
It took Dusty a while to lose his Pico accent. That's
I was in Pico Rivera recently.
My cousins, Francis and Chris and Renee, they all had the Pico Rivera accent because they were raised in Pico Rivera, El Monte area. So yeah, so they had the accent. Water. You want a bit of water?
A little bit of a spot of tea.
It's a bit of water. Oh, you're a mod seal fucker. It's not seal fucker, it's seal hater.
Oh.
Chad.
What?
Charlie. He's like, oh, you're a mod seal fucker.
a bit of spot of tea with some bangers and mash.
Bangers. Didn't we go over this whole like bangers and mash thing? Like, I think it was like the other night we were talking about.
Yeah,
I thought that bangers were sausages or some shit like that.
No, it is. It's sausages with mashed potatoes. They put the sausages in the mashed potato. That's what bangers and mash is. Sausages and mashed potato. Nothing fancy, but in the UK they also have shepherd's pie, which my dad really loves, and it's made with minced lamb. Out here we call it ground beef,
Yes.
and they call it mince in UK. And then there's
Beef
one that I've never
pies.
had.
Beef pies.
Oh yes, beef pies. I never had toad in a hole, but I want to try it.
My friend's dad had a favorite saying: "Bloody hell, bloody hell, bloody hell." And what you dropped the H? Bloody hell. My friend told me that when he and his 2 younger brothers were kids, one of them wanted a toy truck called Buddy L. There you go, Buddy L. Their dad thought he was swearing. I'm assuming, yeah.
Bloody L.
He's a Buddy L. I want a bloody L. I want a Buddy L. It's a Buddy L truck. What you be doing talking about?
Paulina, you got an accent.
Hell.
Yeah, sure, Paulina, and I'm Australian.
I'm like, how are you going to get a Liverpoolian accent in India?
Girl,
How'd that happen?
Girl, I'm gonna dox myself. Girl, I'm in Alhambra and I have no British accent.
I'm like, oh, well, but maybe it's like a thing like what was it? Was it Madonna who said like, I don't know, she got hit in the head or something happened, and she said that all of a sudden she had an English accent, and people were trying to refute it and say that no, she's not having it, she's making it up, and they were saying no, that there's a phenomena where people will get hit in the head and all of a sudden they'll have an accent.
Let me see.
And it happens. Yeah.
Bloody hell. No.
Yeah, that it'll happen. So.
No, I mean, Paulina.
How
I have an Australian
doing,
accent.
Paulina?
I have an Australian accent that comes out when I'm drinking water.
You know, she goes, water.
Water.
You're like,
put the strip on the bar, babe.
She goes, if she drinks some water and stuff. Oh, that's some tasty water.
Got some tasty waves.
Water.
Got some tasty waves. My favorite group is AC/DC.
Interesting how Dave Mason recipes had no English accent, yet he was from Worcester.
Maybe he lived out here, because if you move out here when you're young and you're from the UK, you can lose your British accent very easily living out here in the United States. That's the thing about it, is my mom moved out here when she was 18 and she lost her Vietnamese accent.
I was always told that the reason why most of the English artists moved out here is because they didn't want to pay the high taxes.
Yeah.
That they don't want to pay the high taxes to the Queen. So that was the reason why most of them ended up becoming, they would try and get a partial United States citizenship. So,
yeah.
I grew up watching nothing but Beatles videos growing up and other British things like Monty Python, so I didn't pay attention to American stuff growing up. If it wasn't British, I didn't care for it.
I mean, I watch a lot of British things too.
Tie me kangaroo down, mate. A dingo got my baby.
Tie me kangaroo down, mate.
Dave talked through his guitar. Charlie, Jacob Dylan was amazing. I have videos on my channel. My friend told his dad that his brother wanted the toy truck. Buddy L. Now I'm going to think of that every time. Wow, do they even still make Buddy L trucks? I think they do. Buddy L trucks. Buddy L.
Bloody L. I mean, if we're speaking about British shows, when I was growing up, me and my dad watched this show called Keeping Up Appearances. That was like, it was on PBS, and then my dad also liked Doc Martin. But one of my favorite
How you doing, Arjun?
I'm trying to think what my favorite British show is. There's so many that came out, but they're bringing back one of my favorite shows from the 2000s. You guys don't know this show. It's called The In-Betweeners. It's about these college guys. They're in college. They're exploring their college life. They're, getting wasted, getting fucked. Yeah, you might like it, people, if you're into that.
I'm trying to think like I don't think that I was really into like English comedies. I mean, I would say I watched like Benny Hill, but who didn't watch Benny Hill?
I mean, yeah, everybody
watched Benny Hill. The other one that I watched a lot of, and I still watch it to this day, is The Young Ones. I used to watch The Young Ones over and over again. I love The Young Ones. But then again, same thing. Who didn't like The Young Ones? Yeah, I mean, I think I've always been kind of fascinated with English culture, the way things are just a little bit different around
Dang,
here.
Dwayne, you mentioned
But
a show. That show's been on for years. Coronation Street
is
is
that
like
like
the
General
longest.
Hospital?
It is the longest running UK
Uh-huh.
UK soap opera. It's Coronation Street, and there's also another one. Dwayne, what's the name of the other
Mhm.
longest running Coronation Street? Oh my god, now you got me looking it up. UK soap.
Charlie's too much. He said, "Not a brag, Paulina, but great, I guess." So he's talking about Third Eye
Okay.
Blind and Hootie. Hootie, okay, Hootie's not a brag, but Third Eye
No.
Blind, that's a brag. I mean, Third Eye Blind's great.
I
I
love
think they're
Third Eye.
great.
I love Third Eye Brian. Oh, holy EastEnders. That's what I was thinking of.
Hmm.
EastEnders and
Hey,
Hollyoaks.
Scotty, the In Betweeners is hilarious.
Oh yeah. Did you see
Uh-huh.
that episode when they were trying to get Will to lose his
Hmm.
virginity? Because Will was like late to losing his virginity. And there
Hmm.
was this girl at school that was like, Will, I'll help you lose your virginity. Will was the nerdy one with the glasses. He just couldn't
Hmm.
lose his virginity. And then the oldest one was always losing his virginity. Then you got the one with the bowl cut and the buck teeth. Oh, I gotta watch that show again. Thanks for reminding me. I
Yeah,
gotta watch it.
Lisa related to the one who can lose virginity.
Oh yeah.
I'm just kidding.
I was Will. I mean, yeah. EastEnders. EastEnders. That show has been on forever in the UK. That show
I
never
used to
ends.
love Absolutely Fabulous. Yes, I still have a lot. I think I have DVD sets of Absolutely
Oh,
Fabulous.
that's a great
Yeah.
show. And then you got to watch a Shameless UK since you watch the US one.
You know what? I tried and I can't get into it. I think the thing is that I watched the Shameless America USA,
Yeah.
and after watching Shameless USA, it just seemed like
Well,
you know,
it's not as great in my
Yeah.
opinion as the Shameless US because
mhm.
if we're talking about Shameless US, I've seen all the episodes like multiple times, and
Yeah.
I can tell you who my least favorite character is. Spoiler alert, Debbie. But yeah, I don't like Debbie.
Yeah, Debbie. Are you talking about the UK or the US?
The US Debbie. Oh my god, I didn't like her much.
She was really self-involved and selfish and just an asshole. Yeah, I thought she was pretty much an asshole
And
too.
she was she's a wannabe lesbian in the show
Mhm.
too. I feel
It
like
wasn't even that. It wasn't even that she was a lesbian. It's just she wanted to get over on people, and
yeah.
if that meant being a lesbian, she was going to do that. She was trying to get over on people.
And she was shady
Mhm.
too with the things that
Yeah.
she did.
Very shady.
You know, Lip was the who was trying to be the more sensible person in the family, right?
He had a conscience.
Yeah, and then
Mhm.
Ian was dealing with bipolar, and he was on and off again relationship with Mickey, who was in and out of jail. I mean, I was rooting for those two, and I'm surprised they got married. Oh, okay, I won't tell anymore.
You know, that was a show that I never got into, and a lot of people were like saying you never got to Doctor Who, because I mean, I was into like so much science fiction. They're like, how did you never get into Doctor Who? I mean, just.
I mean, if you're gonna watch Doctor Who, my top three are Tom Baker, Matt Smith, and David Tennant.
See, I would have no idea about the different Doctor Who's. I know that they always had different ones, but I'm kind of like
because
at a loss.
at the end, they're aliens and they regenerate, and then they had a female Doctor Who, and then they had this one guy play Doctor Who. The most recent guy who was on the show called Sex Education. His Doctor Who got the lowest rating Doctor Who of all time, and they were going to cancel it. And I was like, man, Doctor Who has been on since 1963. That's how long that show has been on air.
I have BritBox. I do have BritBox, and yeah, when I do watch it, I think it's mostly my daughter. She's very, very into British TV shows, so that's the reason why we have BritBox. So. But whenever I watch it, yeah, I have to watch it with freaking subtitles. I really do.
You know what your daughter should watch, and she's probably already seen it, but a good show for young kids to watch is called This Is England.
Oh, I already have all those too.
Yeah.
I watched the movie. I've seen This Is England 86.
Yes.
My list was like horrible on that right now. 86.
Yeah.
But 86, and I think there's like 90. And 90 something. There was like 3 different ones they did.
Yeah, and then she also might like the show called Misfits. There's a show called Misfits with Robert Sheehan, who was also in a show she probably already seen called Umbrella Academy.
Mm-hmm.
So I
Yeah.
think she would like it because there's a lot of shows that are kind of about young adult life. Like I used to watch Skins. Skins is
Oh, okay.
about
Yeah. That.
teenagers.
Yeah. Was this? Didn't Simon Pegg come from Skins?
No, Simon Pegg. Skins was 2007. Simon Pegg was
Oh,
had a
okay.
career.
Okay.
I think the first thing I ever saw Simon Pegg in it was probably the Shaun of Dead series.
Okay. I remember him coming from a series that had kind of like a name like that. But I forgot what it was, but it was
I
like
forgot now.
BBC.
Yeah, I know he's on a TV show, but I forgot the name. Maybe Paulina knows since she's got a Liverpoolian
Look
accent.
at Charlie told you, don't pregnant shame. Team Debbie.
Yeah. Oh, Faulty Towers is great. I haven't watched that in a while, but what? Team Debbie? No, Debbie just had a lot of problems, Charlie. A lot of problems. Even though she was pregnant, she trapped that guy into having a kid with her.
I don't think that she trapped that guy into having a kid with her. I mean, I just think that she
No, she
got
told him
pregnant.
she told him she was on birth control. She told him she was on birth control, and he believes it.
Are you talking about the older kid, or are you talking
Talking
about
about
the
Debbie.
Latin kid?
Talking about Debbie on Shameless.
Yeah, because I mean, she was with, wasn't she? I mean, I know that she was with the older guy, and she kind of like she trapped him into like statutory rape type thing when he really that's not what he wanted to do.
Yeah,
But
the Latin guy, she had a kid
but,
with him, and she told him that she was on birth control, Derek, and Derek believed it.
And then he ended up dying. That was, no more spoilers. Go watch Shameless.
Okay,
no more spoilers.
Go, guys, go watch.
Yeah,
Shameless.
you guys got to watch it. Go watch it. I don't want to give you spoilers.
Shameless is a great show.
Mm-hmm. Also, a funny British show is The It Crowd, starring Chris O'Dowd and Matt Berry, also featuring Gemma Chan and Benedict Wong. Oh,
yeah.
And Bunningstone.
Yeah, I like
or Bunningstown.
I think what's his name is also in it. What's that guy's name? There's a guy with glasses and he has curly hair, and I think his name is like Richard something or rather. He did a movie. He did a movie. It was like one of his very first movies. I have it. It's called Submarine.
Yeah.
And it's fantastic. But he's also in the It Crowd as well. It Crowd is about working in IT.
You know what I need to watch? And probably when I get off the stream in a little bit, I'm going to start it. Beef. I know that they have another season of Beef.
I'm trying to get through it. The first episode is just hard for me, and I know, and I liked the first season. The first season I got through it so quick, but
it pulled you in real quick from the first episode. You were hooked.
The second season is kind of not pulling me in.
It's kind
of it's just. It's just right now I'm on the second episode. I'm trying my hardest, but I don't think I'm gonna finish second season. It's not pulling me in like the first season. That's
maybe
just me.
Then maybe I'm thinking maybe I shouldn't waste my time then because
try it. You might like it. Maybe I'll pull you in more than me because the first season, Steve Yuen and Ali Wong. Oh, that pulled me in. I watched all episodes in like a week.
Yeah, because I remember you had told me about the first one. And the first one you were like, "Oh, you've got to see this. You're gonna love it." Da-da-da. And I watched the first episode. I was like, "Holy shit, this is freaking great!" And it just sucked me right in.
I figured you would like it because you like kind of like you do like dramatic stuff as well as comedy. But I'm gonna revisit Beef again. I'm gonna try and watch.
I'm just kind of, I mean,
you've got Oscar Isaac. You've got this season. You've got Charles Melton. You've got that girl that's married to that Mumford Son guy. I forgot what her name
Charlie's
is.
Charlie's like, I did the first season.
Yeah.
I still have like a lot of I have a lot of stuff that I've downloaded and it's like backed up on my drives that I still need to get to. It's like, I think the thing that happens, I get so stuck on YouTube and I just like YouTube video. And then I'm like, kind of like, I forget that I have hard drives full of shit that I still need to watch or that I want to watch, get around to.
Yeah.
It happens like to me all the time, like that Michael Jackson biopic, I watched that. I watched it once. I watched it one time and I was kind of like, okay, well, because I know eventually I'm going to watch it with you. So I didn't want to like wear myself out on it. But I was like, but I watched the once and then that's like I said when Dolan came at me, because I said,
I mean, people have their opinions about it, but for me, it's like, I think for me, it's I kind of want to see what Jafar does to this role, because people are
Uh-huh.
like, he looks like Michael. I mean, he's related to Michael, but the thing about it is, if it is very Lifetime, I would know because I watch a lot of Lifetime movies, so I
Well,
know what my Lifetime movies look like. They
well, the
have the
thing,
cheesy music in the beginning.
no, I mean it's got fully licensed music, but this is what I'm going to say about it. Okay, the reason why I said it felt so rushed is because some other reviewer I was watching on YouTube said the same thing that I said in different words. He said it was like a greatest hits of Michael Jackson's life, which makes it feel like a Lifetime movie. Because when you watch one of those Lifetime channel movies or something of that sort, they skim over their life, and it's like
Yeah,
it seems like they're only going over the main parts that would make you go, oh, 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 and they're not going deep. Like there was one thing that this reviewer had said. He said, what I would have really appreciated seeing is, like the process of him working on songs or writing songs. That would have been great to see the process. What was his process? Because they end up showing you this thing where it's like he just is all of a sudden in his room and he gets an idea for a song, and then he's like, I think I'm gonna go record a song. And he goes down to the studio, and he's just sitting there. And he's like doing a beatbox, and next thing you know, he's got a song. There was no there was a process. Another thing, I mean, I would have liked to have seen, more of the Paul McCartney shit. I would have really loved to have seen. I think that would have been interesting if they would have did this thing where they brought in someone who looks like Paul McCartney to play Paul McCartney and talk about how he bought that catalog and stuff, because people talked a lot about that.
There's a lot of things that
a lot of stuff they just skimmed over. Yeah, a lot of things they skimmed over, and they, it was great. If you went from, Off the Wall, a couple of songs from Off the Wall, then you went to Thriller, and then you went a couple of songs from Thriller, then you went, to the Victory Tour. It's just like boom, 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 boom. There wasn't any really going in depth on anything in his life.
I mean, if you think about it, a lot of these music documentaries kind of skim over things, or they kind of gloss over things, and you don't get the exact movie you want. Because I think the thing about the Michael Jackson movie was, I think from what I've heard, they could have probably, went more in depth with what they talked about with Michael Jackson. And I know there's going to be a second part, so I'm going to be interested to see if they're going to include, the times when Michael Jackson was in court, the whole scandal with him.
I don't see the family getting behind the second part of the movie. I know there's supposed to be a second part, but I just don't see the family really pushing to get that second part made, because this movie went all the way up to the bad era.
Yeah.
And to tell you the truth, after the bad era was when everything fucking went downhill and everything went bad. So all the main points of his life, the greatest parts of his life, we've already gone through in this film. Yeah. And I think that the family's probably going to be like, oh, okay, well, just fucking leave it at that. I think they'll go ahead and they'll say, oh, well, yeah, we're going to have that second part that's going to go over. Yeah, well, sure. But they're not going to push you to do it. I don't think they're really in a rush to do it.
They're not. But people might want to see it. I think the fans that are hardcore fans, the fans that have loved Michael for years,
they don't want to see that shit.
They don't want to see it. But
no, they don't want to see that shit.
Some of them might.
I doubt it. I mean, you're going to tell me that someone like Richard Dolan, someone who's a hardcore fan, does he really want to see when they were accusing him of molestation and he was going back and forth to court and everything else and his downfall? I don't think they want to see that shit.
You're
I really don't think they want to.
You're right.
I don't think they want to.
Okay, maybe the non-fans. I'll rephrase what I say. Maybe the non-fans would be interested in seeing that, because the hardcore fans, they defend Michael. They'll say, "Oh, Michael's done no wrong."
Yeah, well, to this day they do. To this day they do. And I mean, it's like, it's like the only thing that I can honestly say is we were not there, so we don't know.
No, we don't know.
It's all speculation.
And hearsay.
We've been given a lot. And hearsay is we've been given a lot of evidence. Where we're like, oh, well, So, but we're never gonna know. We're never gonna know. So that's just the way it is. So, but I just don't think they're going to be in such a hurry to do that. Now, what I think, like Bohemian Rhapsody. Bohemian Rhapsody was the same thing. A lot of people said we should have a part 2 to Bohemian Rhapsody. Why don't we go ahead and see what happened after Freddie Mercury? What happened. A lot of people wanted to see Freddie Mercury on his decline. What he went through. That's
I
never going to
mean,
happen. You know,
it's not gonna happen.
People want to see decline. They want to see the rise.
No, they don't.
You
But
know.
originally they had Sacha Baron Cohen for the role of Freddie Mercury,
Mm-hmm.
and he wanted to be more grittier or something, from what I read, and he wasn't happy with what they were gonna do with the movie.
Uh-huh.
So they went and they recasted him with Rami Malek, who ended up winning an Oscar for that movie back
Uh-huh.
in 20. It was a 2022 or 2023.
Yeah.
The thing about it was, I've seen the movie,
Mm-hmm.
and I thought the movie was pretty good, but of course, there's people that are going to be like, well, they didn't get the full story about Queen. A lot of these biops don't exactly get the full story, and it is what
well,
it is.
You can't fit a band's whole history in 2 hours. I mean, you can't. You can't.
But you got to admit, for the people who've seen the movies, that they did a good job. The actors themselves did a good job of portraying the members of Queen. The guy who played Roger Taylor did a good job. The guy who played now I'm drawing a blank on Brian May, and then the guy who played Don Deacon.
But if you don't think that the producers and the movie companies and the directors involved with the Beatles biopic don't have their eyes open and seeing what's happening with this Michael Jackson biopic, you're fucking mistaken. They're looking at this and going, okay, well, we better not do that. We better not fucking do that.
They got a good director.
Better not do that. Yeah.
I mean, they got Sam Mendes.
But you know that they're sitting there going, okay, well, we're not going to make that mistake. Okay, we better not make that mistake. They're watching this Michael biopic and they're saying, okay, that mistake was made. Okay, we're not going there. So
I mean, it's going to be very interesting, because I think that the three people that they chose for the Beatles, I think it's going to be interesting to see them. I'm still kind of like with the George Harrison one. I'm going to wait and see. It might turn out good. Who knows? Because he does not look like George Harrison, but it might turn out good.
The thing is, we've waited all these years. I mean, I'm not going to say we, because I'm a casual fan, so I'm not going to say that I've been waiting for it. But I'm talking like your hardcore Beatles fans have been waiting for this for years. And it's like, they really, really fucking better bring it. Because, I mean, if they don't bring it, this thing is going to be scrutinized, and it's going to be so fucking torn. I mean, look what they did to fucking Midas Man. Yeah. Look what they did to Midas Man. I would say that actually Midas Man was probably one of the first movies that was of the modern era where we expect more from music biopics, And I think that Midas Man just fucking failed. A lot of people, because I mean, people were talking about things when it came to, facts. Yeah. They were saying there was a lot of facts that got wrong, And I know within our circle of Beatles people that we know, they had mentioned it, and we were kind of like, whatever, but no, I mean, there's a lot of Beatles fans who are like, no, there was a lot that was
I mean, what would be the best? I mean, would it be Backbeat?
I don't know, because they said that Backbeat took a lot of fucking creative license too.
Yeah.
So
it's gonna be interesting to see how Sam Mendes pulls off these movies, because it's coming out in 2027 from what I read.
Yeah.
So they're currently filming the movies right now, and I will watch all four of them.
Yeah, I mean, definitely. It's definitely going to be where I'm going to go see all four of them. It's like,
I mean, you've got Paul Mescal as Paul McCartney. You've got Harry Dickinson as John Lennon. You've got Barry Keoghan as Ringo Starr. And then you've got Joseph Quinn as George Harrison.
I don't know. I just think it was too tall of an order to fill. I would be terrified to be one of those kids playing a Beatle. I'd be terrified to be a director. I would terrified to be a producer, because I mean, you were just like.
But they knew when they were going into taking this role, they knew that this was going to be a make it or break it role. But at the end of the day, I think, you know what? I've seen some of Sam Mendes' other stuff, and I think it will not be bad. I think we have to kind of give it some time, and we'll see how it, because we can't go and judge something off of a movie that hasn't even been released yet. Once it's released and we've seen it, then we can give our full unbiased opinion.
Well, I mean, but it's fair to have expectations. I mean, we could have expectations for it. I mean, like I
Yeah,
said, even me, that I'm like a very casual fan. I am not a hardcore fan. I have heavy expectations. So if I
yeah.
have heavy expectations, I could just imagine what the hardcore fans' expectations are.
They
Their
will be
expectations
having
have
a
to be
lot
like,
of
it's going to
expectations.
be crazy. It's going to be crazy. And like I'm saying, I think that right now what's going to happen is when those movies come out, the Beatles community is going to be split, because there's going to be people who will be like, I loved it. And there's going to be people who say, I fucking hated it. It's going to be
Yeah,
split. It's going to be split for a while. It's going to be split for a while. I was skeptical about the upcoming Beatles films, but after watching the Elliot Roberts video on it, I'm convinced it'll be good. Hopefully, like I said, from your lips to God's ears, hopefully,
I
it
mean,
works out. But,
if Paulina's is
mhm.
on board with it, I mean, Paulina's a hardcore Beatles fan. I mean, it's safe to say you are, Paulina. And I think that if you're saying that you have faith in it, I will take your word for it because, for me, it's like I'm not a hardcore fan, and I've admitted many times on streams that I'm not a hardcore fan. But
Uh-huh.
for me, I'm intrigued because I feel like the Beatles are one of those artists that even when I pass away, they'll still be, doing things about them.
Oh, we're gonna be going off pretty soon in a minute, Jason. So maybe next time I'll go ahead and I'll pull you up.
Next
Yeah.
time, yeah, next time
Uh-huh.
would be good.
Maybe next time, Jason. No problem. No, because what I was gonna say is when it comes to Paulina and it comes to like Tim and most of our, people that we know that are hardcore Beatles fans, it's gonna be kind of like, when you cook a dish and you're
Yeah,
being really adventurous and you cook like this, meal, you know, and you turn around, you like go ahead and you say, "Hey, I want you to try this," and you're like pulling out the spoon and you're feeding them a taste of it, and then when they taste it, you're sitting there looking at them like this, like, are they going to be like, are they going to be like, or what are they going to do? That's what I think we're going to be doing with Paulina and Tim when those movies come out. We'll be like,
yeah.
"So, did you see them?" And we're going to look at them like, "What did you think?"
I
That's
mean,
exactly. I mean, I'm probably not even going to go by my own opinion. I'm going to be like, okay, whatever, because I don't think that my opinion is that worthy, because I'm not that big of a Beatles fan. But it's like
I
I'm going to be
mean,
paying attention. Like, so what did you think? you know.
I think that will be the first movies to get me out to the theaters
Mm-hmm.
because I don't go to the theaters. But I just feel like those movies, I need to like dedicate myself to the movie.
Butt stuff. Pinky, call me. Just kidding.
You said the magic word for Dusty. He loves
She
butt stuff.
said butt stuff. I'm like, call me.
But
Call me. You know the number. Oh, look at my kitties on there. See, look,
oh,
I got pussy on my phone. There it is.
you love your pussy. Oh,
Said hi,
someone's gonna
Pinky.
screenshot that.
Said hi, Jason Callan. Yeah, so
I
I mean, it's just it's gonna when they come out, it's gonna be an interesting
Yeah.
fucking week for YouTube, man. It really is, because you're gonna have everybody,
I
people like
mean,
it's gonna be something.
speaking of movie theaters,
Mm-hmm.
our movie theater for years where I live has been
Mm-hmm.
Edward Theaters. Guess
Yeah,
what? They now changed it to Regal. We got a different sign now, and people
yeah,
are like, "Oh my god, they changed the sign!" But let me tell you, my movie theater, I'm surprised we still have one because
yeah.
nobody really buys or
Mm-hmm.
goes and watch movies
Yeah.
at that theater. But when the Beatles movie come out, I think that might be the first movie in a long time that I'll actually go see in theater because I don't know, I just feel like it's gonna be a movie that's gonna get me to go out to the theaters. But then again, with the price of movies, I'm like, oh, do I want to spend $25 on one movie?
I mean, I'm just freaking. I mean, I'm just totally freaking curious how they're gonna pull. I mean, and up to what era are they going to go? I mean, with John, are they going to? I mean, because I know that each film is supposed to be individually from their
Yeah,
point of view of how the story went. So I'm just like wondering, okay, so is Paul McCartney's going to go up? Because Paul McCartney's still alive, so it's like,
yes,
how far are they going to go? With him, and okay, we obviously know John Lennon, was murdered in what 81,
he was murdered in
and then
1980.
yeah, and then George Harrison passing, and it's just I don't know. It's
I
going to
mean,
be.
it would be really interesting to
Mm-hmm.
see, like, because I think they would have to include, John Lennon's murder, right?
True.
I think,
Pauline's got a point there.
and then George Harrison's last album that he did, Brainwash. I think that was the album that came out after he passed. I think what would be really interesting to see is, are we going to see modern day Paul McCartney and modern day Ringo? Like, are we going to get like older versions of Ringo and older versions of Paul in the movie?
That's what I'm saying. It's like, how far are they going to go into their history?
Yeah.
It's like, how far are they going to go with Paul and with Ringo, because they're still alive.
Very much.
Because Paul's story is still happening. Ringo's story is still happening to this day. Paul just came out with an album. So it's like there's still history,
and Ringo too
being made. So yeah,
Ringo came out with an album too.
Hey, TJ Amphith.
I mean,
Jason said, did you ever see Herschel Gordon Lewis's The Blast Off Girls, which is his version of A Hard Day's Night, and had Colonel Sanders from KFC? No, but you said two things that have piqued my fucking interest. You said Herschel Gordon Lewis, which is fucking crazy. I love Herschel Gordon Lewis. And you said Colonel Sanders.
He said one thing that piqued my interest, and guess what that
KFC.
is? Yeah.
You and your fucking bowls. You and your chicken bowls.
Look, me and my famous bowls, I've been having them since I was in 2005. And let me tell you, you got to find that movie. I got to see Colonel Sanders in his heyday.
Yes, I loved the Spinal Tap movie, The End Continues.
Yeah.
I thought it was fucking great.
And speaking of KFC, you can get KFC records. KFC made records back in the day. Now I want one. Yeah, Pizza Hut did too. Pizza Hut had the greatest. Pizza Hut had probably.
No, the latest Spinal Tap movie I did. I really, really fucking enjoyed it. The thing about it was that it was kind of like bittersweet watching it, because what happened with Reiner. Because I'm like thinking there's never going to be another one now.
Yeah.
Because I was thinking they could always. The thing with Spinal Tap is they could always come back and visit every so many years. What they're doing, or whatever. Because it's always fucking hilarious. It's always hilarious. But yeah, it's like now there's never going to be another one. That's it. And, well, the other movie that I enjoyed too is did you ever see, Jason, A Mighty Wind, which is supposed to be about all the folk artists, and they have I forgot the name of their imaginary band is in that movie or whatever, but it was all the guys from Spinal Tap, and they were like a folk band. I think they're called the Folksmen or some shit like that. That was really, really freaking good. So let me see. Ringo Starr country music sounds quite good. I gave it a single listen just so I wouldn't be talking shit on something I don't know, but it wasn't too much for it. I was kind of like, it was all right.
It was okay. It was okay. It wasn't bad, I might have found something from Ringo I might actually enjoy.
Oh, okay. Paulina said these movies only go from birth to the end of the Beatles, so they only go up to 1970.
Okay.
So, yeah. All right. So, all right, then that makes sense. Then.
So, yeah, we're not going to get John Lennon's death in the movie. Okay.
No. Yeah, it looks like it's not going to be that. So cool. You like H? Yeah, Herschel Gordon Lewis. I mean, come on now. Come on, of course. Mr. B movie. The trailer is on YouTube. Colonel Sanders was on a video with Tennessee Ernie Ford and showed him how he made his fried chicken. That I think that the actual spices are leaked now on the internet. Now you can make it for yourself.
I want to try and make the chicken. I want to try, but you know what? I'm just like, do you know that this is the honest to God truth, guys? The KFC Twitter only follows the Spice Girls. All the Spice Girl members.
That's funny. That's funny. Yeah. Get it? 7 herbs and spices and falls. That's funny. That's funny. Yeah. But I from what I understand, like the main seasoning was it's supposed to be paprika and pepper. That's like two of the main seasonings. But I remember because I worked at KFC. My very first job ever was at a KFC. I worked for this band named Don Gardner. He owned a KFC that was on the corner from where I lived. And it just seemed like it was a rite of passage that every kid in the neighborhood worked for him at some point or another. So my friend Danny was working for him. So when I turned 16, he told me, Don Gardner was like, you want to come and have a job? I'll hire you. So I went and worked for him. We used to get free chicken all the time. But then also he would get like the big packages of the seasoning. And we would take like a bag of seasoning home. And my mom would make fried chicken at home. So it's like we had the seasoning stuff. But, yeah, it seemed like it really had like really when you really got to the seasoning and smelled it, it was like mostly it was like freaking a lot of paprika and freaking pepper. Yes, theater, I loved it. Also, Best in Show and Waiting for Guffman, definitely. Yeah, that's freaking great.
Welcome back, Nikki. Is Nikki here in the stream again?
Rest in peace, Catherine O'Hara.
I
Hello. Nikki's back. So, hello.
You know what was really sad is when they interviewed Dan Levy and they asked him, "Would you ever do another reboot of Schitt's Creek?" And this is just when Catherine O'Hara had passed away 3 months ago. And I'm like, dude, he just lost his friend 3 months ago, and you're asking if they're going to do a reboot of. You can't do a reboot of Schitt's Creek without Catherine O'Hara.
Too soon. I mean, she carried the whole thing. I mean, she carried it.
She did. And then you had Dan Levy and his dad, Eugene Levy, in the show too.
I don't know if you saw the footage of Danny Elfman because he played Sick New World this past weekend. I think it was. I
have not seen it.
Yeah, he played Sick New World. I think it was this past weekend in Las Vegas. And when he does this thing that when he's playing live, he'll play like Oingo Boingo songs, some of his solo songs, but he'll end up playing like he'll have like a small orchestra and they'll play tidbits from the movies. Yeah. Like they'll play like, the theme from Beetlejuice and the theme from The Simpsons. Well, he did the Beetlejuice theme. He had their small orchestra playing it. And up on the screen, they were showing like all these scenes from Beetlejuice. And they kept on showing Catherine O'Hara. And people were like cheering for Catherine O'Hara because whenever time she was on the screen,
I like Danny Elfman. Like I saw Danny Elfman back in 2012 when it was, I don't know if it's still called the Microsoft Theater. But there's a theater called the Microsoft Theater, and it used to be. And I saw Danny Elfman, and he did all the songs that he's known for. Oingo Boingo. He did the songs from movies if you have not seen Danny Elfman live, guys, he's one of those artists you have to see live once. We had gotten tickets for really cheap. Yeah, and it was great. I forgot that I've seen him when you mentioned him. I was like. I saw him. Like when you mention a lot of people, I'm like, oh yeah, I've seen him live. It's like, nah. You'll be surprised who I've seen live.
Well, I used to go see Oingo Boingo like every year for the Halloween show. I mean, well, that's being overly dramatic, not every year, but I saw them probably like about 4 years in a row. So I knew someone who worked at a KFC, got a sample of the spices and got it analyzed, found out what was in it. Do you know what's in it, Dwayne? Did he tell you? Don't blue ball us. Tell us what was in it.
Because if you tell us, me and Dusty can try to recreate the KFC chicken.
There you go. Hey, Dwayne. Nice to see you. Nice to see you. No, nice to see you. My stepmom's dad owned a few KFCs back in the 70s and knew Colonel Sanders personally. Sweet. Let me see here. Okay, Hassan Hun. Okay.
Are you okay, Nikki? Do you need a little, nap?
No, Nikki's speaking Nicolese. You have to understand.
Well, because because I speak Lisa
Lisanese. Well, you speak Lisanese, so she's speaking Nicanese.
But Nicanese.
Nikki Knockernese. Nikki Knockernese, because she's Nikki Knockers, so it's Nikki Knockernese.
Or McDonald's. Mickey D's.
Lucy Jason, my cousin met Guar 2 nights ago, and the members signed a glossy photo for me, and he is sending it to me. Sweet. Dusty, we could do an HDL live stream sometime. Sure, hit me up, most definitely.
Yeah,
I'll do that with you, Jason.
Guar is pretty cool if you like it. If you like that kind of music, Guar's pretty cool.
I don't know what the Guar are, but it sounds like a really bad thing. Nikki, I do not think that Guar would be your tastes. Yeah, I don't see Nikki being like, "Oh, I just love this Guar." Yeah, I don't see that.
No, I don't see her into it.
It's a little bit extreme, I guess. I mean, it's not really my thing either, but it's good. It's cool.
I mean, there's certain groups that I can't get into, and they're one of them.
Tracker, we still need, and I say this every time I see Tracker, we still need the Diaper Dance Part 2. When are we getting Diaper Dance 2? The return of Diaper.
Tracker is too busy. Tracker's too busy going to the thrift store finding William Hung and Clay Aiken out.
I keep on telling him that we need Part 2. We need freaking the return of the Diaper, Son of Diaper. Part 2.
Hear me out. Hear me out, Star Trekker. We have you doing a diaper dance to William Hung's version of She Bangs.
It could work. Guar went to VCU here in Richmond. Nice. They were art students in the 80s.
Cool.
I mean, great. I mean, I think Core is awesome. They made like, they're different. I mean, I wouldn't say they're well, they are original in what they do, but also it's like, it's like you don't want to take away from like people like, Alice Cooper, stuff like that. So
yeah.
But
I mean,
they just they're like Alice Cooper on steroids. It's like to the extreme.
Yeah, because when it comes to like 80s metal, the bands that I do know and I enjoy is like, Judas Priest. I like Iron Maiden. I like Metallica. I guess I never could get into Gua because they're more extreme metal. I guess I'm telling myself because I like the tame metal.
Gua did a cover of Pink Pony Club on the AV channel. It's wonderful.
Oh, they did a Chaperone song. Interesting, because I do like Chaperone.
So, anyways, people, I'm going to wrap it up. We've already been here for 2 hours. I'm going to wrap it up for the evening. Thank you for being here on another lovely midweek stream. We're supposed to be doing Wednesdays. I was supposed to do last night, but shit happens. Life happens.
Thank you to everybody that's here, James.
Yes, Jason, Nikki, Star Trekker, Mike, of course, Paulina, Dwayne.
Pinky, have a good time in the UK.
Where did my Pinky baby go? Pinky baby. She was talking about butt stuff. She better be calling me later. She's talking about butt stuff.
What in the butt?
what in the butt? Don't be talking about butt stuff and then just like disappear on me, Pinky. You know how that goes.
Paulina. Who else was in here? Oh no, AC Mick wasn't in here, but I'll say hi to him anyway because he might be watching.
I'm working so much now, 88 hours a week. I can finally afford the Josh Groban 24-karat gold flashlight. Lisa is jealous.
What the fuck? What the fuck?
We still need it. We still need, we still need him to. That's no excuse. We still need the diaper video. We need the diaper video.
Star Trekker, you're out there buying like a mold of Josh Groban's, you know what?
Dusty's an amazing person. A little hated at times, but very much. Okay, thank you so much.
That's Nikki Knees.
That was Nikki Knees. Nikki Knocker Knees. Yes, please watch it. It's great. Good night, everyone. Good night, Trekker. Nikki's like, I can't hear anyone. You didn't go deaf, did you? I'm like, oh, you didn't go deaf. We're all talking here, Nikki.
Nikki, go to the doctor.
Good night, everyone.
They'll put some eardrops in you. They'll get you sorted out, my love.
Buenos nachos, peeps. Oh, whoa. Okay, and I was about to leave, and now we got this tidbit. Nikki, my beautiful ex.
Oh.
Wow.
Oh, is he talking about Nikki from the Philippines, or is he talking about Nikki in here?
I'm like, the plot thickens. I'm starting rumors. I know I do that shit too.
Oh, no, because I was looking at it. I was like, Star Trek, you only date Asians. So I was like, wow, did you like deviate from the Filipino women for one non-Filipino?
I start that shit too. I always start rumors about like Lisa and shit. And the next thing you know, people believe it's fact.
Guys, I don't have a big butt.
Oh, that's a lie. That's a lie. Lisa's got a huge butt. When she came over here, it's like I was like, I don't know if you're gonna fit through my door. She was like, I go in sideways. I was like, okay.
I'm like this. I'm like this going through the door.
I was like, that's a lot of butt to fit through my door. I'm like, damn.
I make it work. I mean, it's kind of weird. I got a big butt and a small stomach. No, it's true. I got a big butt and a small stomach.
I know. There you go.
Hi, Tim.
I can't find you. I'm lost. Tim's all hi and bye. There you go. It's good to see you.
I can't find you. I'm lost. You know what? There's a lost and found somewhere, Nikki. You can find people there.
I think she's trying to find. Is it Jason? Jason? Who's she trying to find? I think she already knows where Jason's at.
I don't know. I think Nikki is on some good weed, and I want to know what kind of weed she's on.
No, she just she likes to have her drinky poo. What I think I know what Nikki's drink of choice is. I think she likes vodka and Crystal Light. That is her. Crystal Light being the lemonade, not Crystal Light in crystal meth. No, she likes Crystal Light and vodka. That's
I went through a Crystal Light. I went through a Crystal Light day. Hey, Timmy, I love you, Timmy.
All right, okay, so we're out of here. So I will see everybody on Saturday music stream. If you guys want to stop by this Saturday for the music stream, I'm going to go ahead and do the same thing. I'm going to be spinning vinyl records, but I'm going to also be doing the backup on Twitch. So you guys already know about that. I think I was talking about the last music stream I did because they were like just knocking me down. So yeah, so Twitch is going to be the backup in case we want to continue.
If you guys want to go to Twitch, it's Twitch TV. Just look it up and just sign up.
www.twitchtv.com/DustySpins50.
Yeah.
You can party all night there.
Sign up. It's not it's not too much to sign up, and
it's free. Don't tell them it's not. Don't tell them it's not too much, because if you tell them it's not too much to sign up, they're gonna be like, "Oh, it costs money."
No. What I mean is, some people
they know Twitch is free.
Some people in the past had problems with signing up for it. They said it was hard. It's easy to sign up for it. That's what I meant.
Don't make me have to actually post a video on how to sign up for Twitch, because I'll do it.
He won't do it. No, but with some Twitch streamers, they make me pay to do things, and I'm like, no, I'm not watching you anymore.
So once again, before we leave, I'm going to ask Lisa one more time. You already have that head record in the box set, so will you give me head? Just kidding. You guys missed that earlier. We were making the joke because she said she had the Monkeys box set and the record head was in the Monkeys box set. I said, "Oh, do you have an extra head?" And she said, "Yeah, I do." So I have one. It's a version of Boo. And I was like, "Oh, can you give me head? Because I don't have. I need head. You know, who doesn't need head?
I know.
You know,
I mean, most men like it.
Yeah, I'm like, give me head. No, I was kidding. Okay, so bye everybody.